Hi everyone, my name's Angeline. Welcome back to Treasure Quest Mining. We're going to start week 4 of our treasure hunt series. So let's head in and get started. Each week during our treasure hunt series, we're going to walk around the shop, select 10 treasures, tag them with a little blue dot, and then those treasures will be 20% off for the week. Sale periods run from Friday to Friday. So this week's treasure hunt will run from Friday, May 23rd to Friday, May 30th. If you're local to the Apex area, just come on by the shop and pick up your favorite treasure. If you're not local, that's not a problem. Reach out to us, we'll send you an invoice, and then we'll ship the treasures off to you. All right, that's enough of me talking. Let's get started. Each week, I always seem to start the treasure hunts in the front showroom, so let's just stick with that theme, and we'll find something over here in this area to start with as our number 1 treasure. I think that'll be easier for everyone to try to find number 1 as soon as they come in, right at the beginning of the shop. And I have been looking at this sulfur a lot this week, so I think we should take a closer look at sulfur. Let's definitely pick a piece of sulfur for this week's treasure hunt. Kids love sulfur because they smell like rotten eggs, but us adults like sulfur too because it's beautiful and very, very unique in the way that it forms. These pieces are quite delicate, so you do want to exercise care when handling the sulfur. And this piece has a lot of great sparkle to it and dimensions. So we'll choose this piece as treasure number 1. So this piece of sulfur is $30, and we'll tag it as treasure number 1. Now let's work on picking treasure number 2. Oh, I have been in a moonstone mood this week, so let's pick some moonstone. These pieces of moonstone are from Madagascar, and this one's pretty cool. Let's take a closer look at this piece. Moonstone is an orthoclase feldspar, and it always has this spectacular shimmer. Some pieces are better than others, and this one is no exception. This piece is pretty awesome. I love this piece. This piece of moonstone is $20. Let's tag it as treasure number 2 in this week's treasure hunt. There we go. Treasure number 2 is a moonstone flame from Madagascar. Now let's work on finding treasure number 3. You know, each week I've been considering a piece of celestite, so let's just go ahead and use a piece of celestite as treasure number 3 for this week's treasure hunt series. Celestite is also called celestine, and it's from Madagascar. It definitely has a heavenly blue appearance or celestial appearance to it, so it's a pretty great name and kind of easy to remember. Let's take a look at this piece. This is a great little piece of celestite. I really, really like this one. It's $30. I think that's a fantastic choice for treasure number 3 for this week's treasure hunt. Now let's work on choosing treasure number 4. I think we should pick a piece of jewelry, so I'm just going to beeline it over to the jewelry. Let's look at the Mosaico pieces. Mosaico is a family-owned second-generation business in Mexico, and they make these beautiful pieces of art. Each pendant features hand-inlaid Austrian crystals in these unique color, shapes, and patterns. They make for really great gifts. In fact, I've given my grandmother one of those palm tree pendants for Christmas, and she just loved it. I do love all the pendants, but let's choose this one for treasure number 4 in this week's treasure hunt. This beautiful like teal and green colored pendant is $62, and it is set in sterling silver. Yeah, that's a great piece. This will be treasure number 4 in this week's treasure hunt. Now we're off to pick treasure number 5. I did just order some diamond dots this week, so how about we take a look at the diamond dot artwork. Okay, diamond dots are kind of a tongue twister for me, but I'll try to walk you through what they are. They, without tripping up too much, they're sort of like a paint by number set, but with little jewels. So you can see that each little circle has a code. Well, that code corresponds to a colored jewel. The material has adhesive on it already, and it comes with a little stylus, a little pen, and you pick up the little jewel with the pen, and then you apply that jewel to that little circle. So a sparklier version of paint by numbers, and it's a ton of fun. I made this one quite a while ago when we first started carrying the diamond dot artwork, and the jewels are still stuck on there, and you can rub this pretty rigorously and they don't come off. This has been our store display for quite some time, and it's intact. So let's head down the hallway. I have a lot of pieces on display down there. Let's head down the hallway and pick a piece of diamond dot artwork. We have a few pieces of the diamond dots hanging here in the hallway so that you can see them quite a bit better as you walk from one showroom to the next. As you can see, these pieces are a bit more intricate and more complex than that little one I was showing you earlier. They're definitely going to take a lot longer to do, which would be a good project for someone for the summer, I think. So I have orchids at the house and they're currently blooming. So let's do this orchid spray. It's a $20 diamond dot set. It's a good one to start with. Let's take a look at that one. Yep, this one is an intermediate, so this one's a good one. And this is what it'll look like when it's finished. That shows you the artwork area, and then it has a light colored background, which makes it a nice display piece for your house. So this set is 20 bucks, and this will be treasure number 5 in this week's treasure hunt. Let's head to the second showroom to pick treasure number 6. And I'm definitely going to stop at this front cabinet set here. And I think we should totally choose a fossil. So we have different species of dinosaur bone fossils here at the shop. We have trikes or triceratops, T-Rex bones, Allosaurus, and hadrosaur bones. And the trike is my favorite dinosaur, so we're going to stick with that one for this week. So we have trike frill bones and trike bones from somewhere within the body. They are from the same dig site where this trike femur was recovered, as well as this triceratops frill, rib bone, and jaw segment. So that's pretty cool that all these pieces came from, of course, the same dig site, you know. Now the frill is pretty distinct because you can tell it's a frill because it has the blood vessels crisscrossing the bone. So those, if I'm not being clear, I apologize. The frill is this part of the dinosaur, okay? And so there was blood vessels that crisscrossed that material, the frill, so that the animal could regulate his temperature, possibly so that he could change colors or flash colors, different reasons. But anyway, you can see that like channel. Those are where the blood vessels were. So that's how you can tell a piece of frill bone apart from another piece of bone that would have been in the same area. So this frill bone is $18, and that's great. I love trikes, and frill pieces are extra special. So let's tag this $18 piece of frill as treasure number 6 in this week's treasure hunt. Okay, now we have to choose treasure number 7. And of course, we're going to hang out here in the back room. So let's choose treasure number 7. How about a piece of opal? These opal specimens are from Ethiopia. Specifically, they're from the Wello province, which produces some of the highest quality specimens of opal. They're really, truly quite gorgeous pieces. Their opal is prized for the play of color, or the flash, how much color it shimmers and dances in the light. So let's pick a piece of opal. All of these pieces are the same price. They're $28. Okay, let's pick up this piece of opal. This piece will be treasure number 7 in this week's treasure hunt. Now, each piece of opal has a little bit of tack in the bottom of the box, but the opals don't stay very well, like secured very well. So when you pick up the boxes, just please use care because they may tumble right out. Oh, this opal is awesome. So you can see the host rock or the matrix, and it's almost like you're looking in a window when you look through the raw piece here. This piece has an incredible amount of green and red and orange. And it's super fun to roll around in your fingers because then you can just be mesmerized by the play of color. This is a really great piece. So this will be treasure number 7 in this week's treasure hunt. It's $28 and it'll be 20% off. I'm going to leave this piece right out here on the counter because if I put it back in there, you may not see that it's labeled treasure number 7. So there we go. Treasure number 7, a piece of opal. And we're going to work on picking treasure number 8. Let's take a closer look at moss agate. So we just finished a spring shopping trip for the store, and I bought a bunch of beautiful pieces of moss agate. But we still have a few beautiful pieces here. So let's choose this one to be treasure number 8 for this week's treasure hunt. This moss agate tower is $60, and it's from India, and it's among the highest grade of moss agate available. It's really quite breathtaking. The camera is not doing it any justice whatsoever. It's clear. You can see these clear agate patches and really, really interesting mossy like tendrils inside. It's very, very, very fun to explore. So this piece of moss agate will be treasure number 8 in this week's treasure hunt. Now let's choose treasure number 9. I did just order wind chimes, so let's focus on a wind chime for this week. How about this one as treasure number 9? This rainbow colored wind chime is $28. These are handmade in Indonesia, and they're on this cool little piece of driftwood, and they make this lovely sound. And when the sun hits them, they're really, really, really beautiful. So that's perfect. That'll be treasure number 9 for this week's treasure hunt, this specific wind chime. Treasure number 9, the colorful rainbow wind chime, $28 before its 20% off discount. Okay, let's choose the very last treasure, treasure number 10. And I think it should be one of our butterfly specimens. So I mentioned briefly that we just finished a spring shopping trip, and we were able to procure a few more butterfly and bug specimens. And we have a few new species coming to the showroom for our anniversary celebration. These bug and butterfly specimens are farm raised, and then once the animal expires, the specimen is sent to Peru. So they're raised in farms all over the world. Peru, Indonesia, Madagascar, North America, and then the artists in Peru will taxidermy the butterflies. They put a false body and monofilament antenna. That way they don't disintegrate and fall apart in your mount. So the bodies are taxidermied, and of course the wings are natural. And they're displayed in these double glass black frames. And they're preserved in such a way that they're going to last forever if you take very good care of them. You don't want to have them in the sun. You don't want to put them in a window with the sun. But apart from that, you can hang them anywhere you'd like. So they do hang, and they you can also set them up. So let's choose this one. This will be our very last treasure for this week, treasure number 10. This piece is $42, of course, before the 20% off discount. And they're mounted in such a way that you can see the front and the back of the wings and really admire the detail from Mother Nature. The species name is on the bottom of each of the frames. Yeah, that's perfect. So treasure number 10 is this beautiful butterfly specimen. Now let's retrace our steps to find all 10 treasures. So you heard me mention that new treasures are coming. So we just finished curating a new collection for the summer, and that new collection will be unveiled on the weekend of our anniversary celebration, which is June 6th, 7th, and 8th. We hope you'll join us. If you're local to Apex, please come on by. If you have kids, there's a kids prize wheel. You just bring them in, they get to spin the wheel and take home a prize just for being here. Families can enter to win, every member of the family can enter to win a prize pack. So it doesn't matter your age, you don't have to purchase anything. You just fill out an entry slip and place it in the bin next to the prize pack that you'd like to win. We haven't picked those prize packs yet, but we pick them and we do a handful of them and they're pretty awesome. So I think you'll be happy with the prize packs that we assemble to give away. And then lastly, we'll have those new treasures here, but the whole store will be on sale. So when you're here that weekend, you can shop and pick anything. It doesn't have to have a blue dot on it. It'll be on sale. So we hope if you're local to the area that you'll come by and check us out. If you're not local, it's not a problem. We can set up a time to FaceTime with you or WhatsApp or whatever, do a private video chat with you. We can take you around the shop and you can shop our sale as well. So we hope you'll join us. Thanks again. Now I've got a lot of work to do to get ready for this anniversary celebration, so I'm gonna call this a wrap, and you guys have a great week.